Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted.
Never in my life as an audience member have I been more insulted, more disgusted, more freaking aggravated in a theater than I have than sitting watching the Emoji movie. It honestly just hits you in waves with how terrible everything in it actually is. Like, you realize some people thought this movie was gonna be freaking good. TJ Miller left Silicon Valley for this movie. He bought an Emoji suit. He skydived to the trailer premiere. He felt that this movie was gonna be the thing that shot him into superstardom. Well, congratulations, Mr. Miller. You lost all your good graces from Deadpool. You realize the plot is stitched together with literally anything from whatever company let them use their freaking apps and logos. Like, there's a literal 10 minutes of dancing in the Just Dance app because, you know, Ubisoft needs more money. And the main MacGuffin of the film is Dropbox. Dropbox! It's a Lord of the Rings style adventure for Dropbox! But also, the movie goes out of its way to show that going through the freaking apps doesn't make any sense. The movie shows that they can walk through the in-between spaces on the home screen. They claim to be using the apps as a way of a shortcut. But why go through all the goddamn apps at all if you can just walk around everything and go straight to Dropbox? Wouldn't it be easier to go around the apps rather than through them? Especially since most apps are gonna try and kill you? Why almost get murdered by going through Just Dance instead of just walking around it? Why subject us to these ads and then immediately undermine them by showing that they can just walk around everything and wasting our goddamn time? It's corporate pandering to the highest degree! There's a reason why Wreck-It Ralph had cameos for beloved characters but didn't actually use any real games for its story. Seeing Bowser, Sonic, and all of them added a legitimacy not only to the film itself, but were a way for the filmmakers to show that they actually knew what they were talking about and showed that they were fans of the video games that they were parodying. But really, how can you be a fan of emojis? Of Dropbox? Of Just Dance, the app? It's the most derivative piece of fiction that makes me wonder how someone had this idea, how it got greenlit, how it got funded, how it got the star power it does, and how it managed to make back half of its goddamn budget in a weekend. The movie is Wreck-It Ralph when it comes to concept, Inside Out when it comes to its themes, and attempts to hide behind the success of the Lego movie as an excuse to cram this movie with as much product placement and corporate bullshit as possible. I would say the minimal amount of effort went into making this movie, but that's implying that this movie had any effort put into it to begin with. Honestly, just look at any behind-the-scenes press for this movie. Look at any picture of Patrick Stewart in relation to this movie or even talking about this movie in the slightest. This movie is possibly the worst thing I have ever seen put to a screen. The jokes were the most bare-bones, lowest-hanging fruit I have ever heard. The animation was lazy, stilted, and ironically had no emotion to any of it. After I walked out of the theater, it started to make me wonder what I could have spent my money on that would have led to a better experience than this. Answer number 1. For the $13 I spent on this movie, I could have donated to charity and contributed to society. I could have bought a Blu-ray copy of Wreck-It Ralph and experienced almost the same story done better. I could have bought a picture frame and put any picture of Patrick Stewart realizing the mistake he made being in this movie. I could have bought roughly 5 gallons of gas I could have dumped on myself and then used the remaining money for a lighter to light myself on fire. I could buy roughly 2 meters of rope that I could then tie into a noose and hang myself in the theater. I could have bought meth! Usually I would say just for existing I give every movie a 1 out of 10, because making movies is hard, and every movie being completed is a miracle of work that deserves at least a little bit of credit for even getting finished. But this movie has so little effort, so little original, so little that can be commended, that for the first time in my history of doing reviews, I'm officially awarding this a 0 out of 10. I didn't think I would ever see anything that could lead to me doing this, but this is it. This is the movie that freaking broke me! We are the problem America. Despite what I've been saying this whole time, I still bought a ticket to it. I told Sony that it's okay to give us the most bottom-of-the-barrel, little-effort pieces of shit movies as possible just to give you money. I told them make a sequel to the Emoji movie by letting them have my $13. I am officially a worse person for seeing this movie, and I don't want anybody going through the torment that I had to endure just to sit through this entire piece of shit animated feature-length film. Just click this playlist and pick any movie I've already reviewed and give that money. Give Transformers money. Give Snatch money. I don't care. As long as you don't give your money to the Emoji movie, so that way you can tell Sony you don't want more of this. You want more effort in your movies. Just, dear God, Sony, don't let us have the Emoji movie 2 that I know you already secretly greenlit and you're going to announce in 3 months. Just please, tell Sony we don't want that.